My name is James Williams Jr. This is Comfort Habit number 2. And I'm also going to be doing this on Facebook. Okay, for those who just tuned in on Facebook, my name is James Williams Jr. Yeah, rotate the damn device. I don't know what the hell. I need to power this thing up, so just deal with it. Anyway, so this title of this is called Teaching People Right and Wrong by Any Means Necessary. That probably is a little bit extreme. At least the part about any means necessary. I check this out. Kung Fu Habits over here. So it's over there. Just so that you guys won't think that why am I looking over here and there at the same time. The thing needs to be charged up, and I have no intention of holding the phone up while I'm going live on Facebook and recording on Kung Fu Habit number 2. Alright, so I have a strong belief in trying to teach people the right thing. Sadly to say, I'm a right fighter. So if I believe I'm right, unless I'm proven wrong, I will fight and fight and fight and fight and fight. And usually when you're right, you're right. And proving it is the hard part. So I have issues, and I like to talk about them. But I like to teach people that there's a right way and a wrong way of doing things. And a lot of people will be quick to tell you, my way is wrong. And then it ain't until like 2 or 3 years down the road where they'll say, actually, James is actually closer to right than wrong. Because I am usually closer to right than wrong. And I was like, I've had to prove this like time and time again. Over and over again. And the thing with that is, alright, so if something is hot, and I tell you it's hot, if you're dumb enough to go over there and touch it because I told you it was hot, and you burn your fucking hand, that's not my fault. That's your fault because I specifically said it was hot. You understand that principle of how you tell somebody something for their own good, but they refuse to do the right thing, or they refuse to hear you out, or they don't really give a damn? And it's like, I'm going to do what the fuck I want. I come from a family of people who generally just want to do what the fuck they want instead of doing what's right. Which is another reason why I'm making this video. Hi, y'all, in case y'all are watching. I know my 37 followers on Kung Fu Happy is watching, but as for everyone else, the only reason I'm Facebooking this live is because I only have 37 followers on Kung Fu Happy. Number 2, that are watching, and I'm grateful to have them. Thank you guys very much. Thank you guys very much for tuning in. Now, I'm a strong believer in right is right and wrong is wrong, but I also am a strong believer in that thin line of gray, which means sometimes I would probably deny this in court, but sometimes you have to do a little bit of evil to accomplish a whole world of good. Yes, I got that from the Ninja Turtle cartoon way back in 1989. It was Leonardo who said it. Splinter was missing, long story. But anyway, the whole point of the matter is, so I have a niece. I was trying to get her to read a book. I wanted her to read the book because the more you know how to read while you're younger, the better you excel at reading. I myself, I could read at 3, and then I couldn't. I know what you're thinking. How the fuck does that work? Okay, well, see, if it wasn't for comic books, I wouldn't learn how to read. I wouldn't want to know how to read. And I could read enough that I could understand what was going on until I got to words like when you hit the X-Men with, like, countries like Genosha, the only country in the world in the X-Men universe that's not a real place, that does not really exist. Yes, I tried to find it on the map. Because if you read any Marvel comic books, you know that Marvel Comics is based in the world, in the real world, like in the world in which we live. They're based right there. They're not like in DC Comics where Gotham City is Pennsylvania. It was New York, but so was Metropolis. So they changed it around, and now Gotham City is Pennsylvania, and Metropolis is New York, where Star City and everyone else is in any other big city in the world, which is close enough to where the Flash can make it there in less than 10 minutes. Right? Now, in the Marvel world, you literally are either in Manhattan, or Salem, New York, or Westchester, or Winchester, or whatever the fuck, and you travel all around the world. You're in Florida, you've been in San Francisco, LA, etc. Now, the reason why I brought that up is because I have a niece who just asked me, because I said it's book reading time, and she kind of went off on it. I don't want to read, and I was like, you know what, I can't make you read. as a person who failed the fourth grade and had to repeat that because I refused to do my homework and read. I was out there trying to chase girls, trying to get booty that I was never going to get no matter what I did because, one, I was ugly, still ugly, and those girls had already done their homework because women are smarter than men to an exception of a degree. That there is not always a true statement because there are some pretty dumbass women out here, and you know who you are. Usually the women who procreate with some asshole who doesn't want to do his job, and everyone else is stuck holding the bag. Enough said, and that transcends every ethnicity. Now, so my niece is complaining about trying to read this book. I'm the type of guy that's like, look, well, you're not my child. I can't literally make you read the book. I would prefer that you would read it by course and not by force, but honestly, it's not my child. If you want to be stupid for the rest of your life, don't read the damn book. If you want to get a jump on the rest of the world while you're still young, read the damn book. Hopefully that's making sense to all of y'all since I'm mostly having my focus on the live TV. The thing is, there are ways to teach people and there are ways not to teach people. I'm one of those people who is a strong believer in teaching people the right thing by any means necessary. Most of the time, it's necessary. And why is it necessary? Because sometimes, no matter how nice and polite we are to people and try to teach them right by being nice and polite, it doesn't always fucking work. So why be nice and polite when sometimes you just gotta lay people down with the hardcore truth? Here's the thing. I don't know what grade she's in, and honestly, I don't give a damn. But I don't want her to be the dumbest kid in class because I'm the dumbest kid in class. And you want people to learn from your mistakes so that they don't make them. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be an asshole about it, but if I'm trying to get you to do something, I'm putting in my time so that 10 years from now, when she's like, however the hell old she is now plus 10, she won't be sitting in class looking like some idiot with a dunce cap on because she can't read. Don't get me wrong, I love all my nieces and nephews, but when you're trying to put your time in to teach a kid how to do stuff right, sometimes you gotta be a little firm. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. With me, firmness worked. Probably worked too late, but it still worked, And some people you can tell stuff, and some people you just can't. And those people that you just can't are the ones that generally fall through the cracks, or they look back and say, damn, this little asshole was actually right. Because I am actually right. And those things do happen. But I'd rather you learn now than wait to be back there saying, okay, so this is the part where you tell me, I told you so. I wouldn't have to tell you I told you so if you just did what the fuck I said in the first fucking place. So again, sometimes teaching people by any means necessary works. How many times are you going to touch that electric fence before you realize that shit fucking hurts? Ren and Snippy said it best, don't whiz on the electric fence. But what they really meant was, don't piss, don't poop, don't touch that motherfucker. Because when you touch something that says, caution, this thing shoots 1,000 volts of electricity every 40 seconds. It'd probably be a good idea for you to not count the 40 seconds and just don't touch the damn thing. But some people are slow learners. Let's keep it real. Some people are slow learners. Even I have slow learner syndrome on certain things and events. And those things have to happen. Because as a slow learner, you will eventually get it. It just takes you longer to get it. And some people just don't get it and have to keep trying the same thing over. It's kind of like, alright, so my mom was watching something this morning on TV. As a veteran, I have to weigh the pros and cons of what I saw. So this dude was a security guy. And he tried to stop some chick from taking something from somewhere. I don't know the name of the show. I don't care. And that, in fact, is irrelevant. So the chick was like super fast. She grabbed his gun and threw it into the wall. And it wasn't like drywall. It was like bathroom tile shit. And it stuck there like you would throw a knife in the ground. So, of course, unfortunately, this guy being black and a security guard decides, okay, I'm going to attempt to fuck this bitch up. Epic fail. He got fucked up. Now rewind. The second that this chick moves like the Flash and takes my weapon and flings it across the room and it sticks into the wall like a knife in the ground, she can go wherever the fuck she wants. She can take whatever the fuck she wants. because I'm pretty sure I can't stop someone who has superhuman powers when I'm just an ordinary person. And as great a fighter as I like to think that I am, a superhuman advantage is a superhuman advantage, you know. And as dumb as I am, no job in the world is worth dying for. No job. You know, especially if you're a security guard. I was a security guard once, and they told me two things. You're getting paid $4.25 an hour, and you're there for looks. And I asked a few questions, and they were like, well, so what do I do if one of these big-ass people decide to grab me? I said, well, you better call for help, because if you touch them, you're fired. And then it gave me the catch-22. If I'm wearing my uniform into a grocery store and someone robs it, I have to stop them by some law in their company. Not the law itself, but a law in their company says for $4.25 an hour, I can't defend myself on my job. But if I'm at a grocery store and I don't drink coffee, so if I'm at a 7-Eleven or any place else in my uniform and someone does something stupid, I have been voluntold by my company that I have to stop it. Now, mind you, I'm an unarmed security. Yeah, sounds like a good idea, doesn't it? No. Then we went to go get certified. So, at the end of the certification videos, they told me, hey, you guys aren't allowed to do what you saw in that video. They had this guy beating the shit out of everybody. Like Kung Fu style, you know, just beating everybody up. He's like 5'2", so he's like a half inch shorter than me. And, you know, he's tearing shit up. And then when they get to the end of the videos, they're like, okay, so you spent videos for the last 2 days. Now here's the fun part. You guys can't do what you seen on the video. It's like 20 people in the room. 18 get to do what they saw on the video. Me and the guy that I work with, we weren't allowed to do shit. I said to myself, because where I was working at Earlsville, the smallest person in there was a 6'2" woman. Everyone else was big country. And hopefully that doesn't offend anybody. And I'm not talking big like fat. I'm talking like huge, like colossus, like huge. And I said, there ain't no way in hell for $4.25 an hour I'm gonna let one of these motherfuckers put their goddamn hands on me. I said, I know Kung Fu, and I got every goddamn right to defend myself if one of these guys come to work in a drunken stupor and decide, hey, there's that little half-breed guy. Let's fuck him up. And you know, people don't think like that, but I think like that. I always think I'm in danger. That's why I've laid it to 44 years old without dying, because I always think that I'm in danger. Paranoid? I'd say so. But paranoid keeps you alive, or as the man in the radio said, just because you're paranoid doesn't mean that someone actually is not out to get you. You just don't know. But before I close this video out, what do y'all think? Teaching people to do the right thing by all means necessary, a good thing, a bad thing? I honestly think that it's a good thing. Because once you know how to do the right thing, it shouldn't be optional. It should be the only thing that you do. This is another reason why people don't like me. No matter how hard it is, no matter what it is, I weigh the pros and cons and I strive to do the right thing, or as close to the right thing as possible so that everybody gets a fair outcome. Got that? As close to the right thing as possible. So what do? Do you continue on with trying your best to teach them the right thing? Or do you let them test the waters and fail? Now, I will be honest, everybody fails at something. My acting career is living proof of that. But everybody fails at something or another, or at many things. It's just depending on how many times you're going to get off your ass and try again, or how many times you're going to continue to just be there and keep failing. You will fail 1,000 times in your lifetime before you have at least one grainal cranium of success. And that one thing might be the one thing that you needed the whole time, and then you probably will never fail at anything else. But you will fail at many things in your lifetime. And failure is an opportunity to learn. Once you learn from your failures and your mistakes, you won't make them damn things no more unless you're sideways stupid, or as I shout out to Jay Diz, unless, as his song would say, they're borderline retarded. Hopefully no one watching this video was borderline retarded. And I hope all you enjoyed it, and I hope all of you have success. I hope that I have success. I also hope that my acting career will take off before I'm fucking 50 and I start looking my age. Thank you very much. I'm James Williams Jr. The rest will be on Kung Fu Havoc #2 if you choose to watch this. Be seeing ya. Now for you. on Comfort Avenue number 2 because I've taken like 20 minutes of your life away. The reason why I made the video is because of the debate that I just had with my niece. And I don't know how much further I can go with that. You know, do I force her to sit down and read? Or do I let her do whatever the hell she wants and let her pay for the consequences of her own actions later? I mean, some things people just have to learn the hard way. You know? And I hate being a douche about it. But it's the truth. Some things people have to learn the hard way. And if you're not willing to learn the hard way, you will learn the hard way. One way or another, you will learn. So what do you do? What do you do? How do you convince somebody that you're teaching them something for their own good and get them to actually do what you want them to do? And especially when it's not something that you want them to do, it's something that they need to do for themselves. You guys weigh in the pros and cons of that and let me know. I'm James Williams, Comfort Avenue number 2. Be seeing you. If I can find the cursor.